The first two trips that Francis Barnard made to Barkerville, he walked 450 miles over rough country. And through that walking, he became a trusted individual. And he moved from walking to a horse.
And with the completion of the Cariboo Wagon Road in 1865, Barnard began running stagecoaches into Barkerville. Now that one could travel to Barkerville in comfort and style, among the first to use the new stagecoach were the Hurdy-Gurdy Girls, who brought their famous dance to the goldfields.
These women were being brought over by men who we started calling boss hurdies. And these gentlemen would go primarily to Germany and Holland, looking for fathers with young, pretty daughters and large debts.
He complained about the Norwegians working too slowly. Mind you, he was motivated by a desire to get out as much silver as he could in as short a possible time. And that would boost the price of shares, of course. And so I think any miners working less than breakneck speed probably displeased him. He says in many of his letters that they insisted on setting off their explosions without proper warning to the other workers underground. And I guess he talked to them about this, had his foreman talk to them about this, and they persisted in doing it. And that was dangerous, but what broke his heart was that many of his experienced, longtime miners quit. It was too dangerous with these Norwegians.
Before safety standards were developed and enforced by the Mine Safety Act, many miners lost their lives in accidents at Creighton Mine.
Most of the fatalities, I think, was our fault. But I got buried underground, you know. The muck came down the ore pass. It was hung up. We were trying to poke it down, and all of a sudden it came. It came like Niagara Falls. And I went up this Cape hatch and broke the bottom of the ladder, and down I went. And then I thought that was it. I prayed that night. I really begged that I could live. Thought I had a broken neck, but my neck wasn't broken. My back gave me a big problem and all that, and I think a lot with my nerves. It was very, very scary. I'll never forget that as long as I live. I was never the same after that, really. They gave me a light-duty job driving the truck, which was very, very nice to give me a job right till the end of my mining days, eh?
We felt no different to the natives than the Italians or the French or the Yugoslavs or the Anglos. We went to school together, we played together, we fished together, we hunted together. We did a lot of things together.
Perry Island. Back in those days, it's so different. The store owners mixed with the native community so much that the store owners could speak a bit of native language. It's unheard of these days, you know. I remember Joe's dad. I remember when he used to walk into the store, he would say, "Opta." And what he wanted to say was "Opta Kodem Jimnido," which means half black devil. But he didn't want to say the whole thing, so he would just say "Opta," and then he'd start laughing.
The War Measures Act, passed after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, legalized the forced evacuation from the BC coast of all Japanese residents.
Can you imagine? There are 10 of us, you know, 8 children in our family. We had to all go.
We had to turn in boats, cars, cameras, and radios. And I had a box camera I had to turn in. My dad was able to sell his radio.
When we got off the boat in Vancouver, the plainclothes policemen were waiting for us, and he just took us to Hastings Park. It was a horse's barn that we had to go into. They just shooed the horses out, and we went in there. For 6 months, we stayed there. They were not prepared for us, for that many people to come. There were 22,000 Japanese had to be removed from the coast. Everything got burned right after we left. Every building, everything.
Japantown was burned to the ground, and rows of duplexes were built for the new labor force. Now only the memories and burial grounds of their ancestors remain.